Hello everyone, Daisy here with another layout for SpiegelMom Scraps. Today I'm doing an 8.5 by 11 size layout. I just wanted to try something a little different, and I'm doing some mixed media here. So I had originally cut out some stitching lines, or holes I guess, on this piece of paper, and then I was going to do mixed media over the top, let it dry, and then do the stitching. Well, apparently it didn't cut all the way through the paper, so when I tried to go back and do the stitching, all of the holes had been sealed closed with the gesso that I put on. Yeah, so that's not going to happen. But I am going to make a mixed media background here, and I'm using my Vicky Bouton watercolors, and these are the little tubes. And I love the colors of these, but they're extremely vibrant, which is great, except for it's very intimidating for me to use like super bright colors like this with mixed media. So I'm gonna go for it and use all these colors, but I am going to end up kind of dulling it down after it dries. So I did prep the paper with white gesso, like I said, and I used the Liquitex Basics acrylic gesso, and it's very gritty. So you can see this kind of scrape lines in the background where I scraped the gesso on. But I do like the way that looks. So I am coming in, I had dabbed some of the watercolor off, but it dabbed too much off, and you could see the bounty symbol or word on my layout, which I didn't like. So I came back in with a little bit more watercolor to try to cover that up a little bit. And then I'm doing some in this upper left corner as well. And I sped this up a bunch because it's just watercolor. It's not anything new or special. I'm not good at it. So if you want to see, you can find other people who are way better at this. Yeah. I got these paintbrushes at IKEA and I love them. They were like $1.99. You got 4 of them, and they are the best brushes I've ever had in my entire life. I can't wait to go to IKEA and try to buy more because they are fabulous. They're like super soft, and they just like plop the paint on perfectly, and I love them. So if you have an IKEA, go check out. I think they were in the kids section. So there I showed you I was going to try to stitch, and yeah, no, not going to do that. So part of my video got lost. I recently switched to a webcam, which you can see here. I'm using my new camera, and yeah, I guess I didn't save it right. I don't know. It just didn't save. So what I did is, after it dried, I put some gesso over the top to kind of dull the colors down. And then I used the cut file that I had made stitching lines out of, and I glued them down to the background. So it's this floral from Paige Evans. I used a piece of light purple cardstock to back this because I didn't let it dry when I pulled it off my mat, and it really buckled because of pulling it off my mat. So I recommend, if you're going to use it on your silhouette mat, to let it dry completely before you remove it to avoid a ton of buckling. I decided to use oh my gosh, I can't remember now which collection this is. It is, let me check. The Dear Lizzie Stay Colorful collection, and I have some die cut pieces here, as well as that title. It's Unicorns and Sparkles. It's a little hard to see on camera, but in person it pops out really well. I also have that chipboard piece that's from Bella Boulevard, and I'm just kind of layering everything up around this photo of my daughter with her giant unicorn that she got for Christmas, and I'm just working in as many pieces as I can get. So what I did with my sequins, that part also got cut off, is I am using I used glossy accents, and I squirted it down in the middle of the flowers, and then I added some of the Starry Dream sequins, and they have tons of little like pastel colored stars and some holographic stars. And so I put the glossy accents down, and then I put the stars in the centers of the flowers to make it nice and shiny and shimmery, and I love how it turned out. Here I'm just going through my 6x6 paper pad trying to find a piece of paper to back my photo on, and I love this dark blue. It matches with the watercolors perfectly, so I'm going to go with this. Just slice it down here a little bit and then work on my layering again. At the end, because I had originally thought that my picture was going to go over that big part of the mixed media, and I changed my mind and now I'm moving it over to that white space, I do go back in with my glossy accents and fill in all of the rest of the flowers that aren't going to be covered by anything and add more sequins to it because I wanted them all to be sparkly and shiny. And I love that with the glossy accents you can really see the color come through behind the sequins. Okay, so I just had to go finish making dinner, so I don't remember exactly where I was in the voiceover. But anyway, I'm just adhering everything down. I'm popping my picture up on some fun foam, and that little piece, that is actually something that I printed out, I believe from the Stay Colorful collection, but I'm not really sure. And I just cut it out into a banner and then adhering it down. I did add that little pink piece that says loved, and I believe that's from the Lucky Charm collection. So that's that, and the rainbow piece are two pieces that aren't from this collection. I did cut a tag in half, and I put the unicorn down by the photo, and then I'm putting the other half, and it just has a little saying on it that says ride a unicorn, swim with mermaids, chase a rainbow, and I just decided to layer that up with that unicorn. And then I just glued down the title, and then here's where I come in with the glossy accents, and I'm going to be adding some more of those little stars. There are some like aqua colored round sequins, like normal sequins in here, and I didn't put any of those in the flowers because they were a little big and I didn't want it to like be too overwhelming in the center. So I'm just adding the stars, and all I'm doing is sticking my finger in and then just scraping the stars off because they stick to my fingers, because when I craft my fingers are always very sticky. So yeah. But if you haven't already, head on over to the 15 Minutes to Scrap with SpiegelMom Scraps Facebook group and join there. You don't want to miss out on any new sequin releases or any sales that might be going on. Don't forget, you can always use my code Daisie15 for 15% off, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.